Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this week's episode, we venture out on a rainy day in Tokyo to try another new Japanese cuisine for us. We do a little recon at one of the large electronic shops and finish the day with an outstanding meal at a restaurant run by a chicken farm. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a like, it really helps the channel grow. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell so you don't miss a future episode. Let's go. Good morning. It's another rainy day, but if the weather forecasts hold, this could be our last for a while. I'm really excited that as I'm getting closer to vacation, 4 more days, the weather looks like it's going to turn and there's not another rainy day in the forecast going into next week, so that's amazing. So I've just been out at Starbucks, didn't get out super early this morning because I woke up with some pretty bad back pain. I think sitting in that sofa up in the apartment for 7 hours hunched over my laptop was not a good idea, but hopefully it kind of loosens up a bit. But I'm back here at the apartment now to pick up Nicole. We're gonna head out for lunch. I have a spot in mind. It's perfect for a rainy day. Let's go grab Nicole and then get out there for lunch. One of the things you'll notice on a rainy day like today are these umbrella condom stations. So you want to just drop your umbrella, get some of the water off, and then you basically put this over your umbrella. That way you're not dripping water all over the interior of your shopping malls, train stations, and the floors remain pretty dry so people aren't slipping and falling. It's ingenious. On our way to lunch, we stopped into the bookshop here at the train station because I'm on the hunt for some new learning material. I've been trying to learn Japanese for a little while. It's obviously a lot of work, but I'm still working on the alphabets, like hiragana and katakana are the two things that I'm still trying to pick up. So I'm here just to grab a book so I can continue practicing, basically. All right, I picked the book, got it wrapped, ready to go. Now it's time to eat. I'm starving. We've picked a lunch spot here in the department store, and it's another cuisine in Japan we've never had before or even heard of.
I don't know why we've never heard of it, because this is something that is right up our alley.
Yeah, we're just waiting in line now, and when we get in there, we're going to explain to you what this is and what we're having.
What is Doria? What's Doria?
Doria is basically a casserole. So it's a rice casserole, and it was invented in the 30s by a Swiss chef who was working at a Japanese hotel. And his original version was rice with bechamel sauce, cheese, and shrimp. And then they bake it in the oven. And that's basically what a Doria is. And I'm really, really shocked. We have never heard of it before.
Never heard of Doria.
We must have seen it without realizing what it was and just, that's not Japanese, and turned our noses up at it. But today we are actually really into it. We actually really feel like this kind of food, something really hearty and heavy.
It's cold, it's rainy outside.
Comfort food. Doria has apparently exploded since the 30s because the menu here has all kinds of interesting options. We've put in our orders and we're just waiting for it to come. We're pretty excited because we can see at the tables around us that it comes on a flame. So it's gonna be nice and hot and flaming. But yeah, hopefully this Swiss chef knew what he was doing, because I am hungry and looking for something tasty.
I'm looking for cheese.
I know we have a tendency of raving about all the food that we're having here, but that's just because it is so good. And this Doria is no exception. I got their cheddar ham avocado Doria, which is incredible. The first bite just blew me away. It is really, really good. And this is exactly what I felt like. When we were leaving the bookstore earlier, I was telling Nicole, I really feel like something hot and hearty because of the weather outside. And this is fitting the bill perfectly. The rice has absorbed like all the creaminess from the bechamel sauce. And it's got a generous amount of cheese on top. It's got a really intense flavor, which is excellent. And I love the ham and the avocado. It's such a kind of perfect pairing to the West. Like this being sort of like the Western style dish, that those toppings make a lot of sense. And I love that it's presented on a flame. It keeps it super hot. So they give you a little dish and you're supposed to spoon out of the casserole into the little dish, and that helps it cool a bit. If you eat it right out of the casserole, it's like burning hot. And I think that the bottom is starting to develop a bit of a crunch, a bit of a crust. This is really, really, really good. I really cannot believe this is our first time ever having Doria here. 2 days in a row experiencing something brand new. Nicole, how's your Doria?
I seriously don't understand why I've never had Doria before. Now I'm gonna wake up in the middle of the night and scream Doria. I got the carbonara Doria, so it has carbonara sauce, nice chunks of, very generous chunks of bacon, Parmesan, and another white cheese, which I'm not sure what it is, but this is a freaking fantastic dish. Mike is eating his out of the little bowl, which I see most Japanese people doing, but I like to eat it right out of the flaming pot. And every bite I take, it burns, and then the cheese flavor comes out and the creaminess, and it's so rich. Oh my god, Doria. Doria's amazing.
It is really spectacular. We've both been sitting here kind of moaning and groaning as we're eating this, just constantly saying, wow, this is so good. We're somewhat shocked at how good this is. When we saw the pictures, it looked exactly like what I was wanting, that hearty thing. I wasn't sure what to expect, and I did not expect the quality of the flavors and how amazing it all goes together. It was that Swiss chef, man. Hopefully he got an award or something for this, because this is incredible.
I agree with Mike. When I saw the menu and all the plastic things up front, it looked good to me, but I thought it also was a bit gimmicky. I thought it was something that was just for Instagram or just like a gimmick. I did not think that it was going to taste this good.
I have a feeling that Nicole's probably the only one in the entire world that eats her eggs like this. I wanted her to do it differently so I could film the yolk running down on her mountain of rice and cheese, but no, she just has to insist on eating it her way.
There is no way that I'm the only one out there that eats their egg this way. There's gotta be others out there. Comment below if you are one of them. So I've eaten all my rice and I've saved my jewel towards the very end. Ready, internet? There's nothing like an exploding yolk running down all the crevices of your mouth. So creamy, so yummy. That's the way to do it.
We hung out in that department store after lunch. We went to a Starbucks they had on the 9th floor and just hung out there for a few hours. I continued to work and get most of my workday done there. Now we are out walking around, going back to Labby because it might be happening. I got my stores backwards. So we're heading over to BIC now after riding up and down 6 levels of escalators. We're gonna go do that all over again to get up to the right floor on BIC, but I think it's happening. I think it's working!
restaurant?
Well, we've passed this restaurant many times, and you pointed it out almost our first night, and you've always wanted to come here, and for some reason it just hasn't worked out. But tonight it was convenient because it's really close to home. I have to eat and get back there to work because we spend a bit too much time deliberating over the Nintendo Switch. We have not made a decision yet. We still have more research to do, but we both had a lot of fun playing the game, the Mario game there, and I think that kind of sold us that yes, this could be a good idea. We just have to answer a few more questions. We just like to deliberate on these things. We have to sleep on stuff. We're not going to just buy it spontaneously. But we're very close now. It was a lot of fun.
I really wanted to come in here because every time we walk past, it looks so cozy and so happening, and I think they did such a good job making it look rustic.
Yeah.
There's lanterns mixed with like hipster-like lighting and all the wooden beams. It just looks really warm, and again, it's always full of people, so that's always a good sign.
Yeah, it is really cool. It looks like a country place.
Yes, it does.
Which goes along with their farm, I guess. So my drink just came while we were filming that. I tried a mojito. I'm gonna have to look up which alcohol is in it. It's not rum.
Nice smell? It smells nice.
It uses a special citrus fruit that they called out in the menu. It's really good.
The mint is strong.
Yeah, and the citrus is very bright. It's not like a lime that you would get in a normal mojito. Very nice. Let's check out the menu. It's pretty cool, actually. One of the cool things this izakaya has given us is an English menu, and it feels like this is probably something they prepared for the Olympics. It has a very good guide on details on the restaurant. Like, we're sitting at a specific seating where your feet are kind of low. It's like bench seating in a way. And they also have regular table seating. They explain that in this book. They also give you some key phrases that you can point to if you're having problems ordering or you need help with something. Like, I would like to order food. You can point to that and then they'll know what you want. Or my order hasn't arrived yet. They have that. So they have all kinds of translated phrases that you could just point to, and then the staff will know what you're trying to get at. And then information on how to order drinks and how to order food and all the different utensils. Like, you can point at things that you need. It's really well put together. And then of course all the food is really well described, and it's very easy to navigate this restaurant and order. And this place seems to be owned by a chicken farm. All the food is pretty much chicken. Tsukada farm. So really interesting. We didn't know that before we came in here, but the food looks really good, and we've put an order in. We're excited for it to come. We will share it when it gets here.
I'm so excited to try this chicken. This is one of my favorite dishes, and when it's done well, it's spectacular. It's spicy, but really flavorful spicy. And the chicken has such a clean flavor. It's not supermarket chicken. You can tell this is like a farm-raised chicken. It's really good quality. If you watched a few episodes ago, I ordered this dish at Unado Station, remember? And it was like less than half the price. It was very good, but this is a different level. This is what it tastes like when the chicken's very good quality, and the spices and the way it's presented is very nice.
Right. So this is the chicken breast, and it's soft chicken breast, right?
I think what they do is they steam the chicken, and you have to steam it so that it's not overcooked. That's really, really important. You have to make sure that the chicken is moist, and then you put the dressing on top. And what this dressing is a chili-based dressing. In Chinese, this dish is called spitting chicken or saliva chicken. It does not sound appetizing, but
they're referring to the moistness of the chicken.
Maybe. I'm not quite sure. The chicken's actually spit.
No, but I think that's just to give you to evoke the sense of the chicken being juicy. But this is a good one.
It's a good one, and this dish is a hit.
Yeah, so this stuff is from the Miyazaki area, which I guess is where their farm is. And the drink I had, that while you're enjoying that, is made of Hyunganatsu fruit, which is similar to a yuzu, has a similar kind of citrus fruit, and it's very bright. It's really, really good. And it's from the Miyazaki area, so it's their local fruit.
So we're off to a really good start, because you really like your drink, I love the chicken, and we're really enjoying the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's cool in here. It's noisy. Hopefully the camera's picking us up better than the surroundings. Yeah, I like this one better than the one we had the other day.
I knew you would.
I'm gonna link that video here if you want to check that out. That was when we explored the shopping street around Ueno Station. I like that this is served on a bed of bean sprouts, because I just took a pile of bean sprouts, mixed it around in the sauce, and ate it with the chicken. And the bean sprouts don't add much flavor, obviously, but they soaked up all that juice.
That sauce is amazing.
Yeah, and they've added extra sauce into my mouth with that chicken, and the chicken is so tender.
Yeah.
It's really,
and clean
really good.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Some has a clean taste to it.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm looking forward to the next dishes coming. We've talked about this before at izakayas, and there's usually like a cover charge kind of thing going on, but it always comes with a little amuse-bouche or a little appetizer, and that's what you're paying for. Is not really a cover charge for the table, it's for this starter. And the starter at this restaurant is something I've never experienced before. It's vegetables with something that I think he was trying to say is miso mixed with fermented beans. That's this stuff. It has a slightly funky kind of smell to it, and I'm assuming we're supposed to eat it with the vegetables. I'm gonna ask him when he comes back just to make sure, and if I was right, then I will be eating them and giving it a try, and you will be watching me. I'm sure I'll be making a weird face. So we were right, you're supposed to eat that paste with the vegetables they brought us. So I'm gonna try some with some cabbage here to get started. Nicole's already eaten some of the red pepper and some of the cucumber. She said it's fantastic, like really good quality vegetables. So here we go. It's definitely one of those acquired taste type of flavors. It's definitely fermented bean. There is miso in there, but the fermented bean just comes through really strongly. I think it's one of those flavors that's kind of like a couple of bitefuls and you've acquired the taste, because as that was finishing, I was already starting to enjoy it. So I'm gonna put a bit more bean on this. The funkiness is addicting in a weird way. It's like, it's that kind of weirdness that you want to keep experiencing over and over again. I can see that also being a bit of a palate cleanser in between dishes. Like it just kind of like flushes your mouth out of any other flavor. It's actually really good. Our next dish came and it looks interesting. I'm not sure about this dish. You picked this dish. It's a chicken, what's it called? Charcoal chicken?
Charcoal chicken.
It definitely looks like it's been cooked around charcoal, but it's a little bit black. And it's served on this hot plate. Give it a try. What do you think?
After I put the first bite in my mouth, I was just quiet. And Mike's like, oh no, did we make a bad choice? And I was just like, I couldn't sleep because I couldn't believe how good this chicken was. When he put the plate down, it looked very underwhelming. There wasn't very many pieces, it wasn't presented in a spectacular way, and it was kind of an odd color. Like I guess the charcoal made it an odd color, and when I put it in my mouth, oh, I never tasted anything like it. That charcoal tastes delicious. It wasn't like a burnt barbecue charcoal, it was a charcoal that just tasted just unique, just good charcoal.
I guess I better try this.
It is so good.
The color kind of looks like when you've cooked chicken over the coals and it's dripped the fat down and it just starts burning and the flames come up. That's what it kind of looks like.
It's not a pretty looking dish, but boy.
It looks very juicy. Oh wow.
I know, right?
The charcoal hits you immediately.
Such a good, I've never tasted charcoal that tastes, usually I've tasted charcoal, but like more of a good burnt charcoal from a barbecue. This is more like flavored charcoal, like it's on there on purpose, not by accident.
Yeah, that's good. And then the meat is super, super juicy. And once you get past the charcoal, you get a very like strong chicken. It's like dark chicken flavor. That's excellent. It's served with a little bit of sauce, like a little bit of green kind of, I'm not sure what this is. Kind of like a blob of green stuff. It's definitely the same kind of fruit as my drink is made with, but it's also pureed with some kind of hot pepper, where it's got a bit of bite to it. I'm gonna try that with the chicken. I'm sure that will draw out the flavor a little bit better.
When we got the first chicken dish, I thought for sure that was going to be the best dish of the night. But this dish, I think this is the best chicken I've had since Japan. Wow.
Yeah, that citrus cuts the charcoal a little bit. And then I'm getting a bit of that spice on the back of my tongue with the chicken juice. That's a good accompaniment. What's the third dish gonna be like? Our third and last dish came, and this one's really interesting. It's probably the most interesting of the three that we've gotten. It's like a fried chicken with an egg on top and some creamy something that we're not sure what it is yet. And when it came to the table, he basically cut it all up for us.
I was so shocked.
Yeah.
It came, it was so prettily presented, and then suddenly he took a knife and fork and he went.
He mashed it, so the egg got all chopped up into it, and then he poured he poured the sauce over it all. So it's a big mess right now. But I'm really curious what this is gonna taste like. So I've got a big piece here. Let's give it a go. I'm not sure if you're gonna like it. The chicken, the fried chicken comes through. It's interesting. It's like
That's like potato salad.
it is, yeah. It's totally that flavor of potato salad. That is the sauce, and then you get little chunks of the egg in there. But I was surprised that the actual fried chicken flavor comes through, and the sauce is quite tangy. That's really yummy.
Mustard.
Yeah, there's a bit of mustard, there's some pickle, probably a bit of onion.
Pickle. That's it. This is not. The chicken is really good, but I definitely am not a fan of the potato salad dressing.
It's very odd, but very good. I'm really loving it. Maybe I'll be having this whole plate.
David, I shared my charcoal chicken with you.
Yeah. It's like a picnic.
Yes.
Like a fried chicken picnic.
It's exactly what I think of when I think of Caucasian picnics.
Yeah.
Potato salad, egg salad,
Potato, yeah, the chicken.
the color.
Yeah, so good. It is so good. It's such an odd, whoever thought this up was a mad genius.
I think it's a very nostalgic taste for you. That's it.
So good.
I feel like we're really getting spoiled here. This meal and our lunch were so freaking good. And I feel like if we keep going on this streak, where every restaurant we're gonna go into, the bar is gonna be set so high.
But that's pretty common of our trips to Japan,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's true.
I mean, it's very rare that we're disappointed. Like the izakaya experience we had a couple nights ago, that happens so rarely.
rarely.
I think every trip, maybe 1 or 2 times are we disappointed like that. Every other meal is so amazing. And then you get these standouts like tonight, like that are just stellar.
That charcoal chicken, wow. And I think even though like all the flavorings were very, very good, the core, that chicken, every dish had that started with a foundation of a really good chicken, and it really came through in the dish.
Yeah, and the mojito I got, like the citrus flavor, was really good. Like I was really happy I picked that and didn't just get a beer, because I got to try something that was from the same region as the chicken. So it was a really good meal. I almost didn't want to come in here because I thought it was like a chain, and maybe it is a chain, but if it is a chain, they're doing something right because it's incredible. And if it's not a chain, then good on them for having an amazing one-off restaurant.
Yeah.
So I think that will do it for us here at the restaurant. I got to get back home and get to work. I kind of sense there's a pit stop in our future. But maybe we'll show you that pit stop. But if not, we will probably see you tomorrow. As we were leaving, we noticed something that we haven't seen from the street as we've been walking by periodically. And that's because of this pillar behind me. But it's this wall that they have of old, what look like old pictures, but black and white pictures of what we're thinking are farmers working at their farm. Probably farmers that were producing chicken that we ate tonight. That's really cool of them to do that, to showcase their farmers and give them recognition for their hard work. Here's the name of the farm. That was a really amazing meal. If you are ever in this area and you want to check it out, the link to it will be in the description box below. Thanks for watching this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed discovering Doria with us. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that little notification bell so you don't miss any future episodes. We'll see you next week.